Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter data and graphs. The lessons we're going to cover today are interpret stem and leaf plots, interpret bar graphs, create bar graphs, interpret histograms, and create histograms. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 7 math. The chapter we are on right now is data and graphs. Let's just start with the lesson that is interpret stem and leaf plots. The employees at Laura's construction monitored the number of cracked window pans in each shipment they received. So the stems, you are given the stem and leaf plot. How many shipment had at least 34 cracked window pans? So basically from the stem and leaf plot, how do you make the numbers? You have to sample. The stem is 1, the leaves are 0, 0 and 9. The numbers you can make from the stem 1 is the data you can make 10, 10 and 19. 1 is this is the ones digit and this is the tens digit. So these are the values they make together, right? For the two, that is stem is 2, leaf are 5 and 7. So you can make 25 and 27. Got it? So the question is, how many shipment had at least 34? So minimum value would be 34 and maximum value would be any. So where is stem 3? You don't have 4 here. So you have to look for the number greater than 5, 35, 39, 40, 46, 47, 49, 50, 50, 60, 77, 78, 83, 84, 85, 87 and 90. They all are at least like at least 34, right? So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that means the correct option is you counted 16 leaves, which are in the stem and leaf plots above. 16 shipment had at least 34 cracked windows. Got it? So they are 34, 16. The correct option is 16. Got it? You have to count all the numbers that are greater than 34. So they are 16. Let's just start with the test questions. David's PE class participated in a push up competition, and David wrote down how many push ups each person could do. So, push up competition, number of push ups. Which is the largest number of push ups done? So, which is the correct option? You have to see the largest push up. So, largest push up would be the largest stem and the largest leaf. So, that is 8 and 6. That means the largest push ups done is largest number of push ups done is 86. Got it? That is option number 2. 86 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. While writing a paper on making decision in groups, Mia researched the size of a number of committees. How many committees have fewer than 80 members? So which is the correct option? How many committees have fewer than 80 members? So you have to count all the numbers that are less than 40, right? 80, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 77, like 85. So 77 is the largest. You have to count. They all are the, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the correct option is 12. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 12. Jackie counted all the beads in each necklace at the jewelry store where she works. How many necklaces had exactly 40 beads? 40 beads. Exactly 40. So you have to count how many times you can see 40 here. One, 2, 3, 4 times. So that means 4 necklaces have exactly 40 beads. The correct option is option number 1, that is 4. The correct option is 4. The Newberry Chamber of Commerce researched the number of employees working at local companies. How many companies have at least 40 employees but less than 60 employees? So at least 40 and at most 60. So you have to count all the numbers that are between 40 and 60. So 40 and 60. So you need to count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the correct option is 13. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 13. An employee at the craft store counted the number of red buttons in each bag of mixed buttons. What is the smallest number of red buttons? So the smallest number is the smallest stem and the smallest leaf. So that is 12. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is interpret bar graphs. Christine looked over her calendar to see how many times she had soccer practice each month. How many practices in total did Christine have in May and July? So you have to see the total practices in May and July. So in May he did 20 practices, just match it with the 20 practices she did on May, and in July she did 30. You have to calculate the total in May and July, so just add 30 plus 20 is 50. That means in May and July she did 50 practices. Let's just start with the test questions. Lindsay, a park ranger, recorded the number of each type of tree in the Harrison County Park District. How many more oak trees are there in Ross Park than Lake Park? So, how many oak tree? The green color represent the oak trees. How many more oak trees are there in Ross Park than Lake Park? In Rose Park, the oak trees are 40, and in Lake Park, the oak trees are 10. So 40 minus 10 is 30. That is 30. Option number 2 is the correct option. For a statistics project, Jeff observed the number of hits and misses scored by some baseball players during batting practices. Did the first baseman or the right fielder have fewer hits? The first baseman, here is the first baseman, and here is the right fielder. Did the first baseman or the have fewer hits? So hits represented by blue color. The right fielder has fewer hits, right? The correct option is, you can see this bar. The right fielder has fewer hits. Option number one is the correct option. Kevin recalled how many minutes he had spent at band rehearsal in the past 3 days. How many minutes did Kevin rehearse on Wednesday? On Wednesday, he rehearsed 100 times. The correct option is 100. Just match this with the minutes. So that is 100 minutes. On Wednesday, Gavin rehearsed 100 minutes. A geography class recorded the average life expectancy in different countries. Which country has a longer life expectancy, Venezuela or Poland? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is option number one. Venezuela had the longer life expectancy, right? Option number one is the correct option. A biology class learned about the average breath holding capacity of various animals. Which animal can hold its breath longer, a porpoise or a beaver? Which is the correct option? Here is the beaver, right? The capacity is 20 minutes and the porpoise has the capacity of 15 minutes. So, who hold the longer? That is beaver. Option number one is the correct option. A biology class That's the same question. Christine looked over her calendar to see how many times she had practice each month. How many practices in total Christine have in May and July? So which is the correct option? That is 50, right? That's the one we did on the tutorial. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, let's just start with the next lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is create bar graphs. Option number, let's just start with the next lesson, that is create bar graphs. Hannah has 40 coins, Jenny has 40 coins, Zoe has 60 coins, Oliver has 30 coins, Rupert has 30 coins, and Amy has 90 coins. Use this data to complete the bar graph. So you have to complete the bar graph, right? According to the given data, one of the bar is missing, the Amy. So Amy had the number of coins are 90. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we create the bar graph. At the summer carnival, each member of the O'Connor family played a round of beanbag toss. Use the data in the table to complete the bar graph below. So you are given the data, you have to complete the bar graph according to the given data. So here is the data. So 50, let me just write down the values here so that we can match with the graph, that is hit and that is miss. 50, 60, 50, 90, 160 and 50, 80. Now let's just match it with both of the graphs, right? First one, 50 hit and 60 miss, 50 hit and 90 miss, 100 isn't the correct option because you don't have 160 over here, right? So let's just look at the second one. That is the correct option. 50 and 60, that is 50 and 90, that is 160, 50 and 80. Option number 2 is the correct option. A hardware store. A hardware store monitored how many hammers it sold in the past 5 days. Again, I have to make table over here. I can match it with the correct graph. Sunday, 100 number of hammers are Sunday. On Monday, they are 20. On Tuesday, they are 50. On Wednesday, they are 30. And on Thursday, they are 40. Let's just match with the graphs. Okay, so on Sunday, they are 100. On Monday, they are 20. On Tuesday, they are 50. On Wednesday, they are 30. And on Thursday, they are 40. So that is the correct option, right? Just match each value. So the correct option is option number one is the correct option. An interior designer wrote down the prices of various items at several wholesale furniture dealers. Use the data in the table to complete the bar graph below. So let me just write down the values over here so that we can match. So they are 50 and 60, 60 and 70, 50 and 80, 60 and 60. 50 and 60, that is not the correct option, right? Let's just match it over here. They are 50 and 60, 60 and 70, 50 and 80, 80 and 60. But here you do not have, oh, 60, 60, sorry. That is not 80, that is 60, 60 and 60. So option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 2. A food industry researcher compiled the revenues of several pizze- pizzerias. Use the data in the table to complete the bar graph below. So let's just write down the values over here so that we can see which is the correct option. That is 50, 90, 180, and again 180. So let's just match it with the graphs. Option number 1 is the correct option. You can see the values. 50 and 90, 180, 180. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is interpret histograms. A machine dispensed red gumdrops into bags of various sizes. How many bags had between 11 and 15 red gumdrops? 11 to 15. Here is the 11 to 15. So in the histograms, the data is given in the range. Like you can see here, these bars represent from the data between 1 and 5. This one represents 6 and 10. So 11 to 15 represents number of bags are 4. The correct option is 4. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. While hanging Christmas lights for neighbors, Lauren counted the number of broken lights on each string. Which range of the broken lights per string occurred most frequently? So, which is the correct option? Which range of broken light per string occur most frequently? 6 to 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. You can see here. 41 to 45 because that has the most number of ratings, right? So the correct option is 41 to 45. Pablo found out the sizes of all the clubs at his school. How many clubs are there in all? In all, you have to calculate the total values, right? So 6, 1, 1, 1, 6, 3, and 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 26. The correct option is option number 2. That is 26. Option number 2 is the correct option. A poetry a pottery factory kept track of number of broken plates per shipment last week. How many shipments had between 16 to 20 broken plates? 16 to 20 broken plates are, that is 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Kingwood Flooring tracked the number of broken tiles in each shipment it received last year. Which range of the broken tiles per shipment occurred least frequently? So, which is the correct option? The least frequently is the 16 to 20. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. The employee at the department store counted the number of ties on each tie rack. Are there few racks that have 0 to 9 ties or racks that have 9 to 10, 10 to 19 ties? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 10 to 19. No fewer rack that is 0 to 9. 0 to 9 are have the fewer racks. While doing a project of PE class, Oscar researched the number of athletes competing in an international sporting event. How many countries practice in a competition? How many countries? There are five, three, six, six, three, five, one, two, eight, six, 8 and 14, 20, 23, 28, 29, 30, 31. The correct option is 31. Option number 1 is the correct option. For a math assignment, Kathleen researched the scores of the people competing on her favorite quiz show. How many people scored between 20 and 29 points? That is 9. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. The lesson we were working on is The lessons we have covered today are interpret stem and leaf plot, interpret bar graphs, create bar graphs, interpret histograms, and create histograms we haven't did today. Okay, so you can complete the lessons for you. You can complete the practice questions for the lessons we have covered today. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions for which you need help. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.